Estate versus trust. Are they the same thing? Stick around and find out. Hey, this is Bill Eaves, associate broker and probate expert with RE/MAX in Bensalem, and I want to give you the essential difference between the two. An estate is everything you own independently when you die. You convey that property to someone through a will, or if you don't have a will, that's called passing away intestate. And in that case, the property is conveyed by chain of inheritance. So chain of inheritance is basically your spouse, if you have one, any offspring that you have, be they adult or minors, then other family members. So that's how it would be, the property would be conveyed if there was no will. And an estate is a one-time thing. A trust is a legal entity which holds and distributes assets according to certain conditions that are written up at will. And that would be the will of the grantor, the person initiating the trust. And the assets belong to the trust until distributed. So the grantor would first create a pool of assets: house, car, cash, other bank accounts, stocks, bonds, whatever, jewelry, anything else. Then the assets would go to a third party to manage. Then you identify the people who can receive the assets based on predetermined conditions and terms. They're called the beneficiaries. So what do people leave trusts for or use trusts for? Well, something common is establishing a future education account. Say you want your grandchildren to have money to go to college, you would establish a trust for them to go to college. The trustee ensures that they're going to an actual college and not just blowing the money on something else. The trustee oversees the investments and the costs of the trust, and the costs are paid by the trust, funds in the trust. If a trust is created while you're alive, this is called a living trust. Both trusts and estates survive the passing of the person who created them. So upon death, the trust remains separate from the estate. It does not become part of the estate. Trusts are common ways for families to pass down land, heirlooms, other valuables and assets that belong to the family in general. Living trusts also mean that the assets can avoid probate and sometimes even estate taxes, depending on how the trust has been established. Most are revocable trusts where the grantor still controls the assets and can change or even rescind the trust. An irrevocable trust is the exact opposite, as the name would indicate. As always, if you have direct questions about this, feel free to contact us, but also seek the advice of a professional estate planner, financial planner, tax or estate attorney. Always seek professional advice. And if you found this useful, check out some of my other videos where you can find a free Get Your House Ready to Sell for the Most checklist and a checklist for executors and administrators. Thanks for watching.